Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming tonight. Welcome to Yoga with Lee. Tonight, we'll be doing the moon salutation. This is, in fact, the full moon, and we'll be doing a special salutation in honor of that. Remember, if you are interested, there is a mantra you can use, Shreem Burzi, either in your mind during the practice or just separate at a time when you can be quiet. Now, if you do repeat the mantra 108 times, it grants you abundance. Abundance, particularly financially, however, can be any type of abundance that is attracted to you. So full moons are a special time. Let's begin by breathing. Inhaling and lifting the arms up. Exhaling, bending forward from the hip crease, getting rid of the air from the diaphragm. Inhaling, fill the body, fill the lungs, fill the diaphragm. Exhale through the mouth. We're inhaling through the nose, a big shot of energy. Exhaling through the mouth. Good. Let's address the 6 directions of the spine. So, first of all, fingertips to the outside of the right thigh, lengthen, twist belly button, rib cage, shoulders, thighs, head. Breathing 2 more times. Arms up and over, fingertips to the outside of the thigh, and lengthen, twist belly button, rib cage, shoulders, head, and breathe 2 more times. Arms out to the side, flexing, directions 3 and 4. Right arm down, left arm up and over, an open throat. Present the chest, stack the vertebra, reach through your left hip, breathing. Center, inhale, exhale, right arm up and over, open throat, present the chest, stack the vertebra, reaching into the right hip, breathing. And release. Directions 5 and 6, arching and rounding. So let's first round the shoulders, tuck the chin, hands on shins, lean back and open up that space between the shoulder blades, breathing. And now the arch, sitting tall, pressing fingertips into the shin to bring the chest and the rib cage forward, rounding shoulders down. Find that center neck muscle. Your head and neck will not be part of this arch. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Sustain the arch through another breath. Center. Round the shoulders, tuck the chin. Inhale, exhale. Leaning back, opening up the back, releasing tension there. Sitting tall. Press hands into the shin. Present chest and rib cage forward, rounding shoulders back, pulling shoulder blades down, arching, keeping head and neck up. Breathing. And center. Good job. All right, I'm going to ask you to see about moving your mat, if you need to, so that you are looking right at me with this lengthened mat. So instead of having the mat lengthwise this way, draw the mat so that we're both looking at each other. Here's the top corner of the mat, the bottom corner. Good job. All right, moon salutation. Upward facing mountain, clasp your left hand and flex to your right. Inhale, center, hold on to your right wrist, lengthen and flex to your left. Center, space the feet, arms reaching. Inhale, now exhale with toes out, heels in, and garland. Adjust feet as needed. We want to have feet underneath the knees, tuck the tailbone under, palms forward. Stay here for 2 more breaths, lowering into this, opening up hips, inner thighs. Lengthening the body once again into an X. Now draw your left toe forward, right toe out, arms parallel. We're coming into triangle, reaching out over that right leg and descending down, right arm down, left arm up, breathing. Presenting chest, opening up the throat, the gaze is upward, releasing that hip a little bit more, maybe sliding down the leg, but remember, it's not about how low you go. We're stretching that left hip and the right hamstring. Lifting tall. Let's go ahead and bring your left toe in a little bit. Pivot the hips. Now we can do heart hands behind the back, as you can see, heart hands pointing up or heart hands pointing down. Straighten the front leg, chin up, and bow to the west wind. A hamstring stretch. Breathing. Releasing rib cage towards the thigh. Breathing again. The body releases. Now, soften into that front knee, hands on the mat, coming back into a low lunge. Inhale, exhale, press that heel to the back wall. Then drop your knee. We're coming up into a crescent. Leaning back, remember, find your center neck muscle. The head and neck are not part of this arch. Now we put the hands inside area of the foot, curl the back toes under, and come into a low lunge. Breathing, opening up the hips again, head is up. Walking the hands over to the other side for a nice low lunge, opening up the hips. Breathing. Pivoting the feet. Dropping the knee. Coming up into a crescent. Inhale. Exhale. Hands straddle the feet, curl the toes under, and shift the weight back, maybe popping the foot in a little bit. Your back toes turned out somewhat. Heart hands either up or down as we bow to the west wind. Releasing hips, hamstrings, inner thigh. Come up, open up the back foot, triangle. Reaching out over that left leg, bending, triangle. Let's see about opening up that right hip. Breathing. Sliding up the leg. Both sets of toes out. Lengthening. Inhale here, toes out, heels in. Exhale, garland pose. Adjust feet as needed. Getting low, palms forward. Stay here for 2 more breaths. Straightening the legs, toes come a little bit forward, arms up, feet together. Right hand holding left wrist, flex to your right. Center, hold on to the right wrist, flex to the left. Heart hands, mountain pose. Find your center neck muscle. Draw the belly in, weave your shoulder blades together. Find your perfect postural alignment. And we're going to repeat this again. Moon salutation. Arms up. Hold on to your right wrist, lengthen, inhale, exhale, flex to your left. Center, hold on to the left wrist, inhale, exhale, flex to the right. Center, arms reaching, feet a little wider. Toes out, heels in, garland. Tucking tailbone under, squeezing glutes, coming a little lower, palms facing forward, breathing here. 2 more breaths. Lengthening, left toe forward, right toe out, arms parallel, triangle, reaching out over the right thigh, coming down, left arm up, breathing, releasing that left hip, the chest and face, look up to the sky. See if you can soften into this with your breath. Breathing. Lift up. Turn your left toes in a little bit. Bowing to the west wind, again, either with hard hands facing down or up. Chin up, tailbone up. Hamstring stretch as we bow to the west wind. Hands to the mat. Take that back foot, lengthening the back leg, taking a rest. Then dropping the back knee. Coming up into crescent, arms up and back. Remember, keep your head and neck out of this arch. Inhale, exhale. Gravity takes arms, backs of shoulders, strengthening the back. Good. Hands to the side. Coming into a low lunge, eyes up, opening up hips. Breathing. Walking the hands over into a low lunge to the left, eyes up, breathing. Straddle the front foot. Press that back heel to the mat or the back wall. Then we drop the back knee. You can stay on curled toes for grounding in or on tops of toes and feet. Press, inhale, exhale. Let gravity take your arms, shoulders. Breathing. Lifting the toes up, shifting the weight back, hopping that back foot in a little bit, so both sets of feet can be flat on the mat. Hard hands facing down or up. Bow to the west wind, and this becomes a balance challenge. Toes are slightly out in the back. And lifting the torso, open up, Right toes a little bit, left toes forward, legs straight, triangle. Reaching out over the left leg, banking. The chest and the face can look up to the sky. It's not about how low you go. A nice straight spine, opening up the right hip, the left leg. Coming up, toes turned in slightly, and X, reaching. Now heels in, toes out, garland. Adjusting feet as needed, tucking tailbone under, palms forward. Stay here for 2 more breaths. Then reaching once again. Bringing the feet closer together, holding on to the right wrist, flexing to the left. Center, holding on to the left wrist, flexing to the right. Heart, hands. Mountain pose. Find your center neck muscle by drawing in the chin a bit. Weave shoulder blades, belly tight. And one last time. Moon salutation, arms up. Holding on to the left wrist, lengthen and flex right. Center, hold on to the right wrist. Inhale, exhale. See if there's any additional release with your exhales. Are you noticing anything? Notice everything. Center. Standing wide once again, lengthening, reaching, toes out, heels in, garland. Are you able to get any lower? Tucking tailbone under, squeezing shoulder blades a little bit. Feel your upper body strength as well. Breathing. 2 more breaths. Straighten, arms out to the side. Turn your left toes in, right toes out. Reach over that right leg and bank. Notice the release of your left hip, chest and face coming up to the sky, body releasing with your exhales. You can always use a block here as well. Coming up, turning your left toe in a little bit. And remember our heart hands, fingers pointed down or up, bow to the west wind. Hamstring stretch. Breathing. Hands straddle the front foot. Take the back foot back a little bit. Resting a moment. Then dropping the back knee. Coming up into crescent. Inhale, exhale. Gravity taking the arms, arching the back. Hands to the side here. Low lunge, opening up hips. The gaze is up. Breathing. Walking hands over, turning feet as needed. Low lunge to the left. Breathing. I love this practice. It's such a wonderful hip opener and back strengthener. Now we'll straddle the front foot, pressing that back heel towards the mat or the back wall, dropping the knee, come up, and crescent. Now tuck that chin in a little bit. Remember, activate your center neck muscle. Keep the head and the neck out of this arch. Good. Hands on the mat, straightening the back leg, shifting weight. Let's pull those hips back and step the back leg in so that the heel can make contact with the mat. Maybe hard hands down or pointed up. Rib cage on or close to thigh. Tailbone up in the air. Hamstring stretch. Pressing through the front foot. Coming up. Turning the right toe out. Arms out. We reach out over that left leg. And we bank. Triangle. And just release that right hip. Keep your chest and face open to the sky. Maybe fingertips come to the mat or to the block. Pushing through the foot and toes are forward. Lengthen, reaching. Heels in, toes out. Garland. Tuck tailbone under. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Stay here for 2 more breaths. Reaching again, toes forward, feet closer together. Taking the right arm, lengthening it, flexing to the left. Turn your gaze upward. Feel a deeper stretch. Belly tight in transition. Hold the left wrist, pull the arm, and flex right. The arm is back so the face has full access to look at the sky. Center. Heart, hands. Mountain pose, finding center neck muscle, weaving shoulder blades together, drawing in the belly. Nice job. Good. And that concludes moon salutation. Let's practice a little bit of our balance. So we'll go ahead and shift weight to the left foot, tree right. So I'm going to come off my heavy mat here. Thick mat throws you off balance. All right. You do want to press the sole of the foot into the mat. Press that right knee back. Hard hands. If you have a little bit of shakiness, that's fine. That's the body using its toolkit of muscles, engaging the lower body. Arms reaching high and tall. Pressing the knee out to the side. And release. Hands behind the back and simply alternating heel lifts, walking the dog, redistributing the weight. Taking a breath, or 2, or 3. And now we'll go ahead, shift weight into the other foot. Bring, Sole of foot to calf, press the knee back. Tuck tailbone under, weave shoulder blades together, find your posture. Please breathe, there's your focus. You need to use your prefrontal cortex for balance. And arms high. Very nice. Mountain pose. Good. All righty. Just turning to the side. You can still see me. Inhale up, exhale. Forward fold. The knees soften. The arms dangle to the mat. Maybe hands reach the mat, the body folding into itself. Releasing through sides of waist and back, through the hips, through the backs of the legs. We'll do a little vinyasa. So bend the knees, step back into plank. All right, press shoulders down away from ears and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Neck is long. Come onto the balls of the feet and press those heels to the back wall. Belly tight. Rotate the elbows in. Hover in Chaturanga. Push off the balls of the feet. Hands are by rib cage. Straightening the arms, come up on the tops of feet, draw the shoulders back, chin up gently, presenting the rib cage forward, up dog. It's a back strengthener and an abdomen stretch. Drop knees, curl toes under, down dog. Feet 6 to 8 inches apart. Press those hands away from the body. Pull those hips back. Press the heels down. Revisit the hips, pull them back, and now a big exhale to release the upper back, and therefore ears come seamlessly by the upper arms. Forward again into plank. Rotate elbows in, Chaturanga. Push off the balls of the feet. Hands by rib cage, baby cobra. Squeeze the elbows together. And this is for triceps. Press the shoulders down and pull them back. There's a bit of a gentle arch there, but it's tricep strength. Hold it. Lower. Inhale, exhale, press again. Squeeze those elbows in. Pull the shoulders down. And third time, press hands into the mat, shoulders pull back, pelvis on the mat. From here, we'll push all the way back into wide-legged child's pose. Open up the knees, toes together. The arms are reaching. The knees are apart so we can get the chest low to the mat, nice and open. Now we have a great hip stretch going on, forehead on or towards mat. Soften through the shoulders. Release the torso closer to the mat. Feel your chest getting closer with each exhale. Lengthening the spine, sides of waist and back, opening up the hips, breathing. Forehead on mat. Good job. Right. One more time for plank, simply to get into down dog. Remember our down dog, feet 6 to 8 inches apart. Press the hands away from the body, pull the hips back, press heels down, revisit the hips, pull them back. Really feel the lengthening in the spine. When we decompress the spine like this, it is so healthy for you. Plus, this is an inversion. Our head is lower than our heart. Our heart is working much more efficiently. If you have any facial pressure, you can always take your face up a bit and look more towards the hands. Either way. Coming down onto knees, wrists under shoulders, a little cat-cow. All right. Press hands into the mat, tuck the tailbone and the chin, separating the scapula rather, sorry. The scapula, the shoulder blades, right? Breathing. Inhale, cat, exhale, cow. Chin up, tailbone up, press the shoulders down, create an arch and breathe through this. Another breath, strengthening the back. Now inhale, cow, exhale, cat. Inhale, cat, exhale, cow. Remember to press those shoulders down, creating that arch, back strengthening. Neutral spine. That's where we weave shoulders together. Weave those shoulder blades together. Create structure in your back. Find your center neck muscle. This is good for balance. We need these two functions to be strong, center neck muscle and a structured framework for your back. Belly tight. Good. Extending the right leg, parallel with floor. Taking your left arm forward. The upper arm is very close to the ear, palm facing in, reaching forward with the arm, reaching to the back wall with the heel, a flexed foot, belly tight. Now press into that right hand. It creates a little bit more instability as we lift the torso a little higher. And hold. Back to all fours. Swing hips to the right. Look over your right shoulder at your right hip for a flex and strengthen the right side of your waist. Center. Swing hips to the left. Look over your left shoulder at your left hip. Crunch the left side of the waist. Center. Weave the shoulder blades together, belly tight. Find your center neck muscle. Extend the left leg, the right arm. Arm and leg parallel with mat. Right upper arm by ear, palm facing in. Press into that left hand. Create a little bit more instability and hold. Feel the glutes, feel the hamstrings, feel the core. Feel your strength. And lower. Coming into plank, only for a moment. Now drop the knees. Come out to the tops of the feet. We're going to drop your left hip towards the mat and look over your right shoulder. Center. Drop right hip towards the mat. Look over your left shoulder. Center, and repeat. Left hip down, looking over right shoulder. Feel the stretch in your hips. One more time, right hip down, looking over left shoulder. Good. Walking hands back into child's pose. Yogi's choice. You can always separate the thighs if you like that extra room for breath. Or thighs parallel, reaching arms, forehead on or towards mat. Breathing, please. Releasing with each exhale and travel through the shoulders, releasing them first through the torso. It's a journey. We're trying to get this breath also into the hips for more release. And drag the hands back, palms up by feet. Complete child's pose. Now just let those shoulders drape over the legs. All righty, hands on the mat, crossing legs behind, coming into a seated posture. A leg stretch, seated forward fold. Lengthen, flex the feet, palms forward, lengthening the torso, then inhale, exhale, and let the body fold into itself. Very comfortably without extending the low back. We're very kind to our low back. And coming up, it's time for Shavasana. So I merely suggest legs nearly as wide as the mat, arms away from the body, palms up. The shoulders have more room now to feel their fleshiness on the mat, the body returning to the earth. Check in with the neck to make sure it's comfortable. Wisdom mudra, index fingerprint to thumbprint. Press with some intention. The 6 remaining fingers seem to uncurl naturally. Now we are stimulating the brain, activating new neurons, which are brain cells, and synapses, their connections. Just leave it at that and breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. A release breath just to make sure shoulders and arms and legs and back of head are nestling back into the mat. Another release breath for facial muscles, smoothing out any remaining tension there in the forehead, the little space between the eyebrows, cheeks, lips, jaw. And now breathing in through the nose, 3, 2, 1. Breathing out through the nose, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out, 3, 2, 1. Continue breathing, a balanced breath. The same count for both inhale and exhale. Notice the coolness of the breath in the nostrils and the throat, the energy that comes with the inhale, and the soft warmth of the soothing and calming exhale. And simply breathe. Notice your breath, but please notice how it makes you feel. There's nothing that you have to think about right now. You are more than a to-do list or random thinking. We're breathing, therefore we're using our prefrontal cortex. Decide to stay on focus, on task with your breathing. And remember, if you should have a random thought or feeling, you can decide, simply state in your mind, not now, and return to your breathing. Keep in mind too that if it's a nagging thought, something that troubles you, it's important to face this and reframe it. Give it more of a positive twist, if you will. Something that you can learn from. Something that is just a temporary situation from which you can move forward. Be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself. Remember, don't judge yourself. Roll to your right side for a moment, collecting your thoughts. Self-judgment is a wasted effort. Embrace and accept all that you are. Simply choose what you feel about you. You can use to lead you towards your highest and best self every day. Come up into easy pose of your choosing. Heart hands. And thank yourself for spending time honoring mind, body, spirit, 3 in 1. Moving forward with courage, compassion for yourself and for others, patience for yourself and for others, and love for yourself and for others. For where there is love, there can be peace and joy. Namaste. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me in our yoga practice. I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.